How is it going, everyone? Welcome to more Gran Turismo 3. This time I have a strategy, or well, at least I hope it's a worthy one. Though I don't know if the... Okay, yeah, the stream started. Sometimes YouTube does something weird, but yeah, no. The strategy is to go into an endurance, which is specifically for roadsters, which includes the Miata, I'm pretty sure, in the amount of cars here. Well, in fact, it's only Miata. So the idea is to do that, to get money, to buy a car that doesn't suck dick. Though to do that I have, I need the international A license, so I will need to do that first. Well, I need to get the V1 first out of the way. Also, how is it going, Kyle? That's the strategy, but whether it's gonna work or not, I have my doubts. Enjoying the gacha car hell. Well, with this strategy I should have more of a guarantee. Wait, this game has wet physics? Maybe it's just for this one? I didn't know that it had wet physics, okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure not even Gran Turismo 4 had wet physics, right? That's interesting. The real interesting part will be having this car not crash. In case it wasn't obvious, this is very slippery. It's hard to keep this car going. And you can drift, but that's only gonna take you so far. It did? Okay. Yeah, I didn't remember that. And again, I didn't remember the PlayStation 3 Gran Turismo games having wet, so, you know, that's unfortunately not enough, but barely not enough. But yeah, I need to get the licenses. So, you know that, here's the thing, right? The endurance that I mentioned gives you 100,000 credits, which should be enough to buy a lot of cars. Well, when I say a lot of cars, I didn't mean that. I mean that you can buy from a very high selection of cars, a very big selection of cars, right? But the question is which one I should go for. I have some in mind, but I don't know if it's gonna be a good idea or not. I could try. But I could try. I will try to save scan, that's what I will try. Because honestly, if it's something that this game has shown, is that you are rewarded by save scamming. High Speed Ring was one of the tracks that had a wet version and was in a simulation race. Oh, I didn't remember. No, see, the problem is that the Suzuki Escudo is like 1 million credits, so unfortunately that's not possible. You know? As much as I would like to just buy a broken car and win everything with it, I cannot do it with 100,000 credits. But I've been looking at some, and I don't know if it's a good idea. I saw a couple of Lotus cars. Ah, fuck, I oversteer. I saw a couple of Lotus cars that seemed like they were in good shape, but I'm not sure if they are gonna be worth it. Now, well, the endurance, for what I understand, the one that I'm aiming for is a 1 hour endurance. At least I hope that's the case. I mean, if it's way more than an hour, I don't know if I will be able to clear it today. In fact, I don't know how long it's gonna take me to be able to beat the license first. Do we have the all-reliable GT? Are you talking about Ford? I don't know, probably. that's enough. Good. I guess the trick, well, I mean, I didn't read the description, so maybe it said it in the description, but the trick is basically to, like, constantly play with the throttle instead of going full with it. Like, it's just... Another one? Wait. This is the one with the higher radius, right? I guess. To answer the last extreme question, Gran Turismo 4, the last race in the extreme events was indeed using a formula car and the race is long as shit. Like each circuit having 100 laps. Damn. Yeah, I didn't remember that. I mean, I probably didn't do it. Like, I remember in Gran Turismo 4, most endurance races, I probably didn't do them. So... to me, it's like they don't exist, you know? I mean, I'm probably not gonna do all the endurances in this game either. It's just that this one in particular, I do it because otherwise, it's either do that or farm on the slow races. So, I mean, that's gonna be a slow race too. What I'm trying to say is that it's gonna be big money, assuming I can win it, of course. I didn't do that one and the last challenges and the 24-hour endurances, yeah. I mean, that's just a little bit too much, you know. That doesn't seem like there's any reason to do them. But yeah, well, at least we are out of the of wet hell. But yeah, that's something that I would like you to think, Kyle, since you are an expert at these games. With 100,000 credits, what's the car that can give me the most amount of wins? Like, it doesn't have to be like the best car, it just has to be the car that could give me the most wins. I've been thinking on, as I say, the Lotus. Like, basically there is an event that is supposed to be Lotus exclusive. And I think the car is also MR, so not only you could go to regular events, but you can also go to those. And it seems that the amount of races that it can win will be a lot. Since with 100,000 credits you cannot really go for rally cars, much less Le Mans prototypes. So yeah, the idea is knowing which one I should go for. I mean, this is all assuming I can win the endurance, which I still don't know. The thing that makes me think I should be able to win the endurance is the fact that they specifically ask for a normal car, and by normal car they mean a car without modifications, like a stock car, which I don't know why they should just call it stock car. Yeah, basically no customization at all, and one of the Miata I have seems to be very good, you know. But yeah, that's the thing. I still need to decide. Yeah, at least for what I understand, that Lotus I mentioned should be able to beat the sport cars that appear in the second league, so it should be good enough. Probably. Hopefully. It's kind of like that. With this game and the way the progression works, which drivetrain do you need? Well, I mean, anything that is not a FAR will be nice. The FAR seems to be the most common drive. What the hell? What am I looking at? What is this track? Alright, well that's something I never seen before in any other Gran Turismo game. What the hell am I looking at? Holy shit. That's a track. I was out of time. That shit looks like a cave map. I mean, it looks like... I don't know what it looks like, honestly. Looks like a hieroglyphic. But yeah, it's... I think this track is exclusive from this game, because I don't remember this track being in any other Gran Turismo game whatsoever. If I had to guess, it's probably only in this game. Whoa. Drivetrain, as I mentioned, as long as it's not FR, since every car seems like it's FR, I don't expect it to be FF. For most of the time, FF cars tend to be slow. So at that point, it's basically a matter of 4WD or MR. But yeah, the Lotus I was thinking of is MR. I do know that MR cars are usually worse for control. They don't tend to be very good at that, but... I mean, eventually the MR things are gonna be needed. Wait a second. Isn't this the exact same event? Because didn't... Right? Hold up. Wait, but what does it... Oh, okay, never mind. I misinterpret the map. It's fine, don't worry about it. Though the map say that you needed to go into the straight, but it's just like the arrow should say this is the direction you have to go in. Yeah, it's okay, don't worry about it. Alright, what are we looking at here? Ah, shit. Okay, you need to do that very... Well, not very slowly, but certainly not that fast. Okay. But I enter the corner slower and... Boom. But there is another one. Ah, that wasn't out of bounds. That was a perfectly legal corner. I was there in the piano. Unfortunately... Ooh, I almost went out at the end. My usual suggestions are a Mazda RX-7 or the GT, the Lancer and the Nissan Skyline. Well, yeah, those are the classic, but... Like, that well, we got the license. Not the one I need, the previous one. But I was asking if... well, let me show you right now. I might as well, I don't think I showed it before, but one of the ones I was thinking of was either this one or this one. Are these two good ideas? Like, for what I understand, yeah, these are all MR, you know? Like, I've been thinking one of those two. I mean, this one is supposed to be the same as this, but this one is more lightweight. Will these two be a good idea? Or will they be a bad idea? Yes, I don't know, I just found them to be interesting, to say the least. But I don't know if I'm wasting my money or not. As I said, I can always save scam. Like, save scamming in this game is something I wouldn't feel guilty of doing. You know? But yeah. Because for what I understand, those cars that I show are supposed to be more ready than the ones you mentioned, because the ones you mentioned you have to tune them in, because otherwise they are relatively, you know, they are whatever. They are good for some competitions, but when you need more speed you need to start installing upgrades. But I don't know if the ones that I show are just good right off the bat. Not to mention I like the way they look. I'm a fan. Have some exotic colors as well. Wow, really? I mean, I know I wasn't paying that much attention, but holy shit. That's almost a second slower than bronze. That's gonna be it. The V8 is nice and can get a turbocharger. Which one is the V8? What V8 are we talking about? It was the middle one, right? Or was it the last one? A Spirit V8. Okay, so it was the middle one. There is also a problem with that car, that there is one competition that is Lotus exclusive, but it doesn't ask for that car, either asks for the first one or the last one. So that's another problem, because in a competition like that, we'll have to, you know, the one that looks like a long face. But yeah, that's the issue, like, the one that is 100,000 that is on last place there is the one that needs that is there for a specific competition that unfortunately the Spirit is not in. So that's a problem. It can have some funny faces. That's basically the issue. Like, I will have to buy another one. Well, I mean, that applies to most competitions, really. I mean, most competitions in this game are about exclusive models. It's gonna eat the grass. I hope he eats my other competitors as well. I don't know, honestly, like, it really is unfortunate, but the progression in this game is absolutely terrible. Like, it's something that I haven't seen any other Gran Turismo game do. I don't know about 4, because that's the game that's been the longest since the last time I played it, so I might be having wrong memories about that game. 1 and 2 I know are not the case, because I played it not that long ago and they were very smooth experiences, both of them. Wait, that was out? Or maybe because I knocked the cone? Any car with a supercharger or a turbo becomes really usable, and tires too. Yeah, I know. Oh, I thought, I got baited. I thought that was gonna be gold. But the finish line was the other one. Damn it. Why do you bait me like that? All this that we are discussing, as I mentioned, is assuming that I win the endurance. So we cannot really get too cocky yet. We gotta wait until until the right time. But it's very hard to assess what's the right choice in a game where, earning money is so hard. And I also read that the rewards that you get from events, like the cars that you get from events, are random from a pool of cars. So you could get a very shitty car from a reward. So you say that GT4 has easy money farms. Yeah, but I mean, that's the issue. I don't want to farm. I want the progression to be natural. Even if it's an easy way to farm it, I'd rather not farm at all, you know? Ah, damn it. You don't have the happy, shitty guys when you get a goal here. But I think I only... Did I even get a goal once? I don't think I even got a goal once yet. Or ever, because I mean... If I didn't get it on the easy ones, I'm not gonna get it on these ones. Okay. That was a lot faster. I was gonna say that was pretty fast, but... I cannot say that was pretty fast when I didn't get gold. Yeah, they gotcha. You can farm it 2 times and have enough money to beat everything except the Gran Turismo Championship. We're talking about 4? That's where you need to bring them in Minolta. Oh yeah, that was the one. You know that yesterday I was talking to someone trying to describe that car and I mistakenly say it was a Mazda, but no, it was the Minolta Toyota. So not a Mazda, obviously, a Toyota. I don't know why every time that I think about that car, I forget the name. Like, it's chronic at this point. Like, I just cannot remember that car's name. It's like it might as well disappear from my mind every time. That hill was a little bit too hard, you think? It was a little bit too hard. It might have been. But yeah, the thing is that that's the one I was thinking of. The Minolta Toyota, that car being absolutely busted. Wish I could forget the Pescarolo. Yeah, that one too. I think that nothing in that game is as broken as the Minolta. Oh, you're asking for an interesting advantage here, huh? Alright. But yeah, I also remember in Gran Turismo 6, the most broken prototype car was like a hybrid. Was absolutely broken. It's the one that everyone was using in the weekly events. Absolutely broken ass car. That was too hard. Yeah, this one might take a little bit. At least though, the licenses in this game only have 8 tests each. In other Gran Turismo games there can be more than that. Right, that didn't seem that slow. Problem is acing this chicane. Oops, it's fine. Nice. In speed it was the Minolta, in overall the Pescarolo the best. The tires lasted 2 times of the Minolta. Yeah, that's also another thing I heard about this game, the tires being a problem. And since we're gonna be doing an endurance, we will have to. Oh, this is the corkscrew. It is a very infamous corner even in real life. It's one of those corners that is put there just to fuck your car up. It's a chicane that is pretty much you go downhill. It's a very sadistic chicane. Like the people that did it just wanted to see crash after crash. Wanted to see cars burn. But yeah, it's fine. Now, the real issue here is that you're making me use the Dodge Viper for this. Like, you could have picked a little bit of a less heavy car, but no, it had to be the Viper. You really wanted me to use the Viper, you know? Like, you couldn't help yourself. It had to be the Viper, or otherwise we are not doing the corkscrew, huh? God damn it. Pretty sure that doing this even in real life will be extremely dangerous with a Dodge Viper. Alright. But with a Dodge Viper or with any car that is heavy, I mean, you gotta keep in mind that it's like you're going downhill, but it's very sudden and it's the middle of a chicane. Laguna Seca is it's a weird track. I mean, it's a very classic track. A lot of races happen there. Oh, what am I looking at here? A car that I will never own is what I'm looking at. And I'm not talking about real life, of course. I mean, that's logical. I mean, even in this game. Unless I can somehow get it as a prize, of course. Damn, that was pretty far, huh? Alright. Guess I can give it a little bit more, but not that much more. I'm gonna say a little bit more power on the corners. It's something like that. But the problem is this one. You should get weight reduction stage 4. I mean, I tried using weight reduction in one of the cars, and like, you know that I wasted so much money in one car, and it was useful for one race and then never again. Like, I wasted it on a Nissan Silvia. Yeah, it was a bad decision. Back then, honestly, I should have saved Scum, but I just didn't know what this game will have in store, and now I do, though. And I know that I should be very careful with what I buy and what I upgrade. Like, every decision has to be analyzed multiple times. And that was even worse. Alright, I don't know what you want from me, game. It's a very messed up corner. I think that's the best I can do it. If you don't think that's good enough, I don't know what's gonna be good enough. It is. Alright. Save the Primo gems for the Suzuki. The problem is that if we do that, the Suzuki, we will have to do like 10 endurances to buy a Suzuki, and I don't think I'm gonna do that. You know? Oh, here's the classic. The R34. I mean, this is an absolute classic, but I don't want to use this car in every single Gran Turismo game. Because this one I already used for Gran Turismo 2, you know? I can see. But I'm pretty sure that that wasn't the optimal way of doing that. Hey, who made this track? Hey, come on, dude. We're talking about the corkscrew being sadistic, but this one is somehow even worse. Did not know that was possible, but it seems it might be. I mean, the issue is that you cannot even see the corner in front of you. That's a real problem. Ooh. Well, it's not gonna be enough probably, but that almost was a fail there. It indeed was not enough. Endurance was the only one where the tires were actually used. In this game, I don't know. I mean, obviously there will be tire wear in Endurance here, but I don't know if other races also have tire wear. But yeah, for what I've seen, tire wear in this game is terrible. So we will see how that goes. All I know is that I don't think I'm allowed to change the tires either, in the sense that, I mean, obviously, yeah, you can pit in for changing tires, but you cannot change them before the race. Or at least that's what I think. Or that specific Endurance, because it asks for an unmodified car. And I'm pretty sure that putting tires will count as a modification, right? Or no? Oh, what the hell? We're talking about a 1 minute and some seconds medal. This is gonna be something. We will see though. I mean, it's not a bad track to practice some shit, and since these are exclusively for tests, I guess it's good enough, but this will be a terrible track to actually have a race on. This will actually be very, very bad. I'm usually not a fan of long corners like this. I don't think drifting here is the right idea, but yeah, sure, why not? Might as well. Right? Why not? And the longer you go, but these corners are so fucked up. I mean, well, it's no surprise when you look at the shape of this fucking track, but this is gonna be an issue. At least it's the final test on International A, but they really want to make you suffer, huh? I'm not gonna bother with the S license yet, since this is the one I need for Endurance. I don't need to go for that yet. Eventually I will need, you know. Each thing happens when it needs to happen. Uh-oh. Oh, come on. What was that oversteer? So we're driving a car that is very heavy. So things like that are bound to happen, of course, but then... It's also hard to tell when you are doing well and when you are not doing well here. When you are taking a corner properly and when you are taking it terribly. Because I mean, these are not normal corners. Usually you don't see corners like this in any track. I somehow didn't drift out, but it was a matter of time. I mean, considering how I drifted out, that was very close. Like, if I hadn't done that, I would have gotten the bronze. It's a little bit of an issue. I can tell you that. Yeah, this race, this is gonna be the real endurance here, you know? This is gonna be the actual endurance we have to deal with. At least you can tell more or less when you start drifting, but also not that easy. The car is doing some weird noises. Maybe it's falling apart. Right, is this enough? Yeah, it is enough. Almost enough for silver even. I mean, they knew that this test was fucked up, so they probably give you a lot of leeway to get the medals. Alright, give me that license. There it is. International A. So now with this shit we can do the endurance. And this is the part that I hope goes well, but I have my doubts. So the Miata I should use, because it doesn't have any modifications, is this one. This Miata is as it is when I got it as a reward, and that's what that endurance requires. This Roadster endurance. No, not that one. This one. So it says normal car only, and that these are the only permitted cars. So I don't know if this is gonna be enough. It might not be enough. But attempts have to be made, you know? One time I was watching a full playthrough of GT4 100%, but the guy got his channel banned before I could finish it. Oh, hold up. I'm blocking something important. I'm blocking the tire wear. I'm afraid that that's something I should never block. So that means that my camera has to stay there. Alright. I mean, I don't mind. It's important. Hold up, just in case, let me, because I don't want to be like, oh, pausing actually has an effect on the race. No. Let's do it properly, okay? No pausing. Unless I somehow get, I don't know, assaulted by an alien. It was a big Sonic Vision. I'm also a Sonic Vision. Well, I'm not a Vision, but I like Sonic, so it will happen to me too. Alright, so how is this gonna be? Well, we start with, are you gonna go my way? Well, at least that's a good way to start, but so far this seems like a problem, because in a race like this, you want to make sure that you're gonna be first. But if you cannot do that, you don't want to go on a full endurance if you cannot guarantee that you're not gonna be first place. But I don't think that this is possible. At the same time, I cannot upgrade the car because it's supposed to be only normal cars allowed. Normal cars means that, no upgrades. So I'm a little bit concerned about this. This might not be doable at all. Well, for once I have to overtake this asshole. I also would like to know what the models of the guys that are in front of me are. Because maybe those are the ones I have to use, but aren't they the same model I'm using? Maybe no. Well, another question is, when are they gonna enter the pits? Because maybe if they pit in very quickly. Also, how is it going, Nash? 1 minute 50 in a lap. That will mean that 40 laps will be essentially an hour and a little bit. I cannot win this one. I forget about enduring. I don't think I'm fast enough to keep up with the other guys. You just woke up? Nice. It seems pretty clear that the guys behind me are not gonna be a big deal, but... I cannot overtake those in the front. This is not gonna work. But what cars were the one in front? Let me check. Like that red... This red Miata, isn't that the same car I'm using? Or was it different? Also, I forgot to save. And that's probably gonna affect the mileage of the car I should use, but... I gotta save because I got the license. Need extra turbo? No, but you can't, dude. Like, if you use a turbo, you cannot enter the competition. Like, look at the requirements. It says that you need a normal car. I tried. I mean, I can try it again just in case, but... Like, one of the Miata I have has a turbo. Like the green one, this one. I try using this one and the game doesn't like that idea, you know? It says NA turbo, no limitations. Well, I don't know, bro. It says tuning normal car only. And this car has a turbo. So I'm afraid that you cannot enter. You know? Because when I look at here, run and setting, I'm assuming it is. No, it's garage. You have to go to spec. Where do you have to go to see? I guess you have to go to the other thing. Another thing is the problem, not the turbo. You think so? But why will this car not be allowed? What's so not normal about this car? I mean, I could try putting out the turbo if it lets me. How do I unequip something? Can you even unequip something? Maybe here? No, this is... This is cosmetic shit. How do you unequip a part? Because run and setting is you entering a track. And the garage didn't seem to have any way to do it, right? You have... What even is wheel? Oh, those wheels. Yeah, I don't think I can do it here, so... Maybe you cannot even take it out? But I don't know. I don't see the option. Unless you want me to put the buy button for some reason. No. Before a track you should get a menu to unequip parts. Well, yeah, the problem is that I cannot even enter the track. You know? If I try to get to this track, it just stops me before. So that's not possible. You know? Well, then again, I already saved, so something that I could do is try to put the turbo on this Miata and see how that goes. I mean, we can just reload. I don't know how you will quickly reload, if there's even a way to do that. Maybe you have to get out of the mode and go to options, but I'm pretty sure that you're not allowed to turbo. Oh, well, this thing cannot even have a turbo anyways. Hey, forget about that. I wonder if the tune-up will work. Not like the difference will be too big though, but the game is bullshitting us and turbo is the problem. Even though it says it's not. I don't know. So let's say I do this upgrade, for example. As I say, we already saved, so we can just reload the save if this doesn't work. Like, will this work with this upgrade? Or will it say, no, you are tuning? Yeah, see? So you do... Okay, normal car only means a stock car. Like, you cannot make any modification. That's what normal car only means. You know? Like, no modification allowed whatsoever. So how do I reload the save? Oh, well, that's easy. Load game. Yeah, no problem. Easy. I should have done that for all of the shit that I wasted, but it's fine. Steal someone's car? Yeah, that will be useful. That's bullshit? Well, yeah. But what do you want me to... I mean, considering that this is an endurance, maybe it's not a bad idea to qualify. But in these games, all my attempts to qualify usually go terrible. So I don't think that's a good idea. Unless I disable things like the, you know, the traction control system and something like that. Because theoretically that can make me go faster, but... Settings... Here. So I just remove the traction control. I mean, I'm gonna probably spin out at the first corner, but... Might as well check it and see if it works. Reduce them to the minimum. Well, yeah, reducing them to the minimum is disabling it. It's super ridiculously hand-holdy. I mean, I don't care if they are hand-holdy or not. My problem is that they might make me slower. In corners, obviously, not on, on straights. When using the LMPs, I think that you're hurrying a little bit. If I cannot do this race, you're not gonna be seeing any LMP here. You know? I need to win this race to at least have the chance to ascend enough to do LMPs. So first things first. That guy. Can I even reach him? Would be funny if the enemy cars had tuning they do. You think so? Yeah, I believe it. But honestly, disabling the TCS and the ASM doesn't seem to be bad. At least for slow as cars like this one. But the problem is that I still cannot reach that guy. You know, that will be the real issue here. And as much as I see this chicane and I'm like, well, just skip the chicane, the dirt or, well, gravel or whatever it is really slows you down. So unless you have an extremely fast car, with a car like this, skipping the chicane will make you go slower. So trust me, I will do it if it will give me a benefit, but it doesn't. And yeah, unfortunately that blue fucker keeps getting out. But for what I understand, that the car is supposed to be the same as me, so I don't understand the deal here, what it wants me to do. Well, we might be out of luck. We might be completely out of luck here. I mean, it was worth a try, but I think this is as far as we go. Lose Naka Turbo up his ass. I mean, you have to assume that the one that launches first place, which is the same car I'm using, is the one that will be the rabbit car. I mean, I guess we could get lucky and not get him, but I don't think that's possible. I mean, we can try, but I don't believe it will happen. You will always see that asshole up there. And yeah, you can tell that the car I'm using is the right choice, but I can't do much about it, you know? Yeah, it installed it after the stock inspection, I agree. But yeah, there is no way to get rid of that guy. And qualifying wouldn't make a difference, because let's assume that I qualify and get first place. The only way I could win this is if I constantly block him. And in a 3-lap race, I can do that. That's not a problem. But in a 40-lap race, I'm afraid that's just not possible. You know? So, well, now you have 2, which is the reason why that other attempt, you had 2 that were super fast, because they are that model. Well, I don't know. I think that we are actually out of luck. There is one thing I could try, but I don't think this is gonna work at all. But it's worth a try. I mean, there is no way this fucking works, but... Okay. Wait, cannot I even modify the gear ratio? Really? Well, never mind then. That was my plan, but I guess that when it means stock, it means not even setting configurations allowed either. Because I was planning on making the first gears longer, since it's a track with a lot of corners, but no. No, you can't. That's rough. You need custom transmission. Well, but I'm not gonna be allowed to do that, because that will be being customized. You're not allowed to do that. Well, unless, hold up. I'm assuming what's red here means that you don't have it. Well, it has a brake balance controller there, apparently. Huh. I don't know if normal tires will even be allowed. But tires are not the issue, because I'm losing speed already on a straight. It's not like the tires are particularly... Yeah, they don't like tune-up cars, but... I don't see how those 2 are faster than me then. If it's supposed to be the same stock car, I feel like there is some bullshit. Well, yeah, if I go off track like that, obviously not, but... Well, we are out of options, unfortunately. Unfortunately, there's nothing else we can do here. We're absolutely screwed. Damn it. That's a shame. But there's really nothing I can do. Because I'm not gonna farm. Yeah, that's the solution. Farm until you can afford a car that doesn't suck. I'm not gonna do that. If I wanted to farm, I would play an MMO. And that's precisely why I don't play MMOs, you know. This will be a little bit of an issue if you ask me. Because with the current cars I have, I cannot really do shit at all. I cannot do anything worthwhile. So yeah, we are essentially out of luck. I mean, if I could tackle this guy out of the track, I could keep him behind for a while, but he's so far I cannot even do that. That's the issue. He's so far away that I cannot even enter into contact. I guess as a last resort, even though I know it's not gonna work, I wanna try skipping the chicane. It's not gonna work, but might as well give it a try. That's the issue, you slow down a lot. I mean, I have no clue if that's faster or not. It doesn't look like it's faster. Well, look, an attempt was made. The only other thing that I could try is simply seeing how long this guy takes to enter the pits. Because if he enters the pits before me, I could win simply by entering the pits less times than him. Problem is that that's something that you don't wanna see if it happens in an endurance race. You want to have the guarantee beforehand. So otherwise it will be a gigantic waste of time. But as I said, I don't have anything else to do. As I was saying yesterday, I'm soft locked. Like, this run is dead. You know? If he stops earlier, it could at least mean that we win by stopping less times. But if you race something for an hour, you definitely want a guarantee that you're gonna win, you know? I mean, maybe that's the idea. Because otherwise, how are you supposed to win this? You cannot put any upgrades to the fastest car. So that has to be the way to win, right? I cannot think any other way. Are you using stock tires? Yeah, but that's because I'm assuming that using any other type of tires is not gonna count. I mean, I don't think tires will make any difference. I mean, this guy goes faster than me in straights. You know? I forget about tires. Tires wouldn't make a difference there. This guy is just going faster than me on a straight, so at that point I could use any type of tires that I'm not gonna go any faster than him. You know? Not to mention that it seems that on corners I kinda cut time. So I wouldn't say that tires will make any difference here. You know? You can change those and oil? Really? Why will you be able to do that though? Well, I mean, there is another problem with that. I don't have enough money to get slick racing tires, so... But the last car that I used slick racing tires, even though it obviously was better, it was barely better, you know? Like, it wasn't an insane difference. So I'm not sure if it's the best idea. I'm not saying that, I mean, At this point I could try anything, but I don't think it will make a difference. So interestingly enough, this guy in front of me doesn't seem... Wait, is he pitting in? Really? Well, I mean, if that's the case... I mean, so far my tires are more than fine. So is that how you have to win? You have to win by that guy pitting in super early? I mean, that might be the case. It's as I said, otherwise how the fuck do you win this? But yeah, so far my tires are doing more than fine. You're seeing them yellow and orange, but honestly I'm very fine with them. Now the problem is how long he's gonna take to get me, right? Because obviously he's faster than me. If you aren't using racing compound, you are shooting yourself in the balls, kinda. Yeah, but as I said, I don't have money for racing. And unless I sell a car, I could sell a car. I know that they are lemon and orange, but it's as I say, they don't really feel any weaker. I mean, maybe they are and I'm delusional, that's possible. I feel like I'm driving normally right now. I mean, it's hard to tell with a car that is as slow as this one. Like, maybe how slow I'm going right now is slower than normal, but it's kinda hard. It's kinda like trying to... Yeah, because maybe the car by default goes slower instead of just being something on the corners. Can you do the Sunday or Clubman to get another car and sell it? I mean, I don't think I can get another car in the first place, right? And once you got the car reward, that's it. I mean, I could sell one of the cars I currently have. I don't think that should be a problem in itself. But here's the thing. If this guy goes to pits every 3 laps, which I mean, I don't know if it's gonna happen, maybe it won't. If he goes to pits every 3 laps, I can certainly win. Because I can go to pits every 6. But we will see about that. One of my tires is red. I mean, games like this don't have like tire popping, right? So it's not like we're gonna just lose, but by having the tires being in bad condition, you can very easily spin out of control. I don't know when the other cars are gonna go to pits though. It's a little bit weird. I guess you can kinda cut the chicane still and not lose that much time. I mean, I could pit in on the next lap, I guess. The other guys are not pitting in either. So that's surprising too. And I have no idea which one is my rival, by the way. I'm assuming it's the... Oh yeah, it's starting to... I'm starting to notice the problem now. So I'm gonna try to pit in on this one and see what happens. Because if my rival pits in, that means that I should be able to win on this pace. But yeah, only if he pits in on this lap 2. The reset was introduced in 4. Well, someone yesterday said that the reset was introduced in 5, but I don't know. Unless you mean resetting the rewards. I don't know about that. Actually, I'm pretty sure that the car behind me is supposed to be my rival. So otherwise it shouldn't be that close. Even if I'm losing speed, it shouldn't be that close. But I don't remember him being white, right? Wasn't he another color? I mean, maybe he was white. I don't remember, honestly. But I have to pit in right now. But I hope he has to pit in as well. No, he won't pit in. Oh, or he will. No, never mind, he will. Alright, so if that's the case, I should be able to win this. Should. But we will see. I don't know when the other cars are gonna pit in, though. The other cars, it seems like they are not using wheels, they are just flying. Well, it's not like it's gonna be a problem to overtake, but hey, come on, dude. Promise that at this rate, if they don't pit in at all, how the fuck am I gonna beat them? They are obviously gonna be more time on the track than on the pits, unlike me. Okay, we should overtake them at some point. You can reset rewards in 4. Yeah, I didn't remember that. In this game maybe you can too, but I haven't seen any option to do that. Not to mention that wouldn't that kinda defeat the purpose of having random rewards if you can just reset it. It's a little bit weird. Alright, so we skipping chicanes. The problem of skipping chicanes is if it's bad for the tires. It's something I don't know with my V. Oh no, you're an asshole! I can't believe it! What a dipshit! Oh, that's such a fail. Man, I can't believe you just did that. I can't believe that. You know that that will be illegal on a real race, of course, right? Like, crashing someone for trying to pit in, like, that's illegal. You can't do that. I have a feeling that this game is not gonna last too long. Alright, hold up. You say something about racing compounds, but I don't think it's necessary. Like, if it wasn't for that asshole, I could have kept going. Like, that doesn't seem like a good idea to me. Alright. Here's the thing. Here is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this one more time. And if I fail to get it, I'm out of here. I'm out. I'm out and never coming back to this game. We will see. Well, having 2 opponents, it's not a good idea though. Like, remove those. Now I know that those guys can pull off something like that. That's crazy, dude. I mean, I feel like you should have something to... I mean, I don't know what, if you ask me, to keep that in check, but you cannot just simply take me to the pits. You know? I can't believe that, dude. That's absolutely crazy. At least I know now know how this track works. Well, how this event works. Essentially, the fast car goes to pits every 3 laps, and you can go to pit every 6. And that's where you get the difference. The other cars go to pit every 7, it seems. So there's that. Which means that you cannot be on the inner side when they are about to pit. That's absolutely ridiculous, though. That's so ridiculous, it actually pisses me off. That's so triggering, it's actually crazy. But yeah, this is an endurance. Like, retrying an endurance is not a good idea. It's never a good idea. I'm still... Actually, well, now I could try... Like, I could essentially try comparing skipping the chicane tire wear with not skipping the chicane. Because before I went to pits, I did not skip the chicane at all. Or, well, maybe one time, but I'm gonna test now if I skip every chicane, if that damages my tires more or not. Because it does seem, contrary to what I initially thought, it does seem to be faster. So if it is faster, it's something that is certainly worth doing. Well, not only faster, but also easier. Since if you do that chicane wrong, you can eat shit very easily. So when you can reduce the risk, and especially on an endurance race, it's what you need. It's certainly what you need. But that's unbelievable, dude. This sort of progression really is unique in the bad sense. But it is the way it is. Well, at least as I say before, for a game released in 2001, the graphics are excellent. I don't know what they were smoking with the progression system. Like, it really seems like the worst in the whole series. What was the reward for first place on Sunday Cup? Well, I got a Hachiroku, which wasn't really very useful at all, honestly. That's the reward I got. The Toyota Splinter Treno. Which, hey, it's a cool reward, but it unfortunately didn't seem very useful. Money per race, it was like 1,000. In the first one, probably even less than 1,000. It was very little. I mean, if you're trying to compare how easy it will be to farm money in Sunday Cup versus doing this endurance, it will probably take the same amount of time. Because this race, as I mentioned, is most likely gonna take close to an hour. Maybe a little bit more than an hour. And if you farm Sunday Cup races and each race gives you 1,000 per win, a race usually lasts for 4 minutes. That's actually even worse. If my mathematics are correct, you will be doing no, that will be way worse. Obviously, it's not that you have to farm Sunday Cup, but assuming Sunday Cup is the standard, it will be terrible. Why is the song so metal for no reason? I mean, this game has a lot of variety when it comes to the soundtrack. Like, you have rap songs, you have rock, I mean, Gran Turismo has always been about that, you know. And well, one of the rap songs is by Snoop Dogg. That's pretty cool too. A metal song at 70 miles per hour. I mean, that's more of a problem that the game is very bad at making you play the actual fast events early. Like, this really has to be one of the worst early experiences in a Gran Turismo game. Like, being stuck with shitty cars and not being able to get out is very underwhelming. Soviet Russian? Well, there are no Russian cars in this game. Yeah, depending on what region it is, you have different soundtrack. How is it going, Matt? Well, the intro changes as well. It's just that the interesting thing about the intro is that it changes, but the camera movements were basically scripted to follow Lenny Kravitz's Are You Gonna Go My Way, right? But if you play any version that is not the American one, you're not gonna have Are You Gonna Go My Way in the intro. Essentially, all those fancy camera angles are no longer a thing. It's very messed up. Tires screeching. Oh yeah, the tires are gonna be screeching a lot, especially now that one of them is about to enter the red territory. Yeah, we're gonna be there for sure. Yeah, worry not. We have the strategy down. As long as I don't mess up, this strategy can be executed well. And we already know what we have to avoid. We have to avoid being on the inner side of the final corner if you have a car next to you and that car is gonna pit in. That's the one thing that we learned the hard way. If a car is on the outer side of that corner, you either have to be behind or in front, but you cannot be in parallel. Like, those are things that are very, very important to keep in mind. And well, the other thing, obviously, the main thing about the strategy is that you need to pit in every 6 laps. So that means that after this lap we pit in. Or well, rather we pit in this lap. That's the strategy and it should work. Because it shows that the fast car will always pit in every 3 laps. The problem are the slow cars, ironically. They pit in every 7 laps. Which means that they probably will have less pit-ins than I will. So that's bad. Because it is possible for one of them to win that way. But here is the thing. If I pit in every 6 laps, the last lap I will pit in is at 36. If they pit in every 7 laps, the last lap should be 35. I think it still should be fine, but I'm a little bit scared though, I gotta say. I'm just slightly scared. We will see how it goes. For now, the strategy to follow is that one. So we pit in, and the other guy should pit in as well, correct? So yeah, that's the strat, and it should work. I can't believe that the ones that will actually be painful are gonna be the slow cars. So there is only 2 slow cars in front of me at least. We don't have to deal with all of them. But it also means that we gotta be careful because forget about the whole thing about those guys pitting in. The problem is overtaking them as well. Like overtaking them, even if it's not hard, it could make you lose a lot of time. I mean, especially if you get confident and you crash them and you end up losing a lot of time. And make no mistake, the fast car also has trouble overtaking this guy, so it's not that it's only gonna exclusively happen to you, but it's better if it doesn't happen to you. The most important thing is here. Last corner, don't be next to these guys. That's the one lesson that we learned the hard way and we have to ingrain in our minds. Do not be in parallel on the last corner. Don't do it. It's a bad idea and you know it, so don't do it. Unfortunately, we will be at the distance where we have to be in parallel, so we either have to go slower. No, okay, never mind. They are gonna be in front of me. Yeah, okay, that's not a problem. But this guy should pit in here. Well, actually, only one of them. Huh? The red one thinks he knows better, huh? Well, so where do I overtake this asshole then? Hopefully... I mean, it's gonna obviously be on a corner. Question is which one. Is resisting very well, all things considered. You are, well, I'm gonna overtake him here, of course, but he is faster than I was expecting. Because he's supposed to be one of the shover cars, like he's not supposed to be particularly fast. But the fact that he resisted me for so long is quite a scary signal. Now, aside from this guy, we're also gonna have the fast car overtaking us most likely. That shouldn't be anything to panic about, though the question is how is he gonna overtake? Because depending on that, we already seen examples of cars like essentially dive bombing you. The same way you can dive bomb the AI, they can dive bomb you. So he's for now behind the shover car, but that's only for now. They are very close together. He already overtook as expected, so the next victim is us. But there is a question here. Will he overtake before he has to pit? Because he needs to pit in on this lap. Unless he gives me the surprise and he keeps going for one more lap, which will actually be devastating because it will destroy my whole strategy. But yeah. And I can't believe I'm doing an endurance this early, dude. That's actually crazy. Like, it's so messed up, you know? So messed up. Hey, don't worry about it. I mean, I don't mind doing endurance, that's the thing. I mean, unless we're talking about an endurance of more than 3 hours, which will be more than what I usually stream, I don't mind doing a 1 hour endurance. It's whatever to me. Alright, so are you gonna pit in? Yes, you will. Alright. Well, that's good. So far... Oh, and the other guy pit ins as well. Damn, he took 10 laps to pit in. Will that be a problem for me? I wonder. That could be a legitimate problem. Like, pitting in every 10 laps versus me doing it every 6. Huh. I mean, he's a slower car, so... I mean, I'm also a slower car to the black one. I don't know. What I do know is that we gotta pit in on 12. Bedrock Racing Compound. Yeah. I mean, if it wasn't for me, well, no, actually, he wouldn't have any chance of winning. Because he's simply way... Actually, hold up. Will he have a chance of winning if it wasn't for me? Because he only needs to pit stop 3 times in total. And he's, like, if you look at the minimap, he's not that far. I mean, I don't know which one in specific it's him, but let's assume he's the last one. Like, even that is very good. Like, he's not that far from the black car. And the black car will already pit in again in 2 laps, so... I feel like if it wasn't for me, the red car will actually have a realistic chance to win this. Well, that's pretty nice of him. And the irony of this is that if he pits in nets on lap 20, he will overtake me again. Because by the time that I pit in lap 18, he will still be on the track, so... Unless he's slow enough and not able to cut the distance, I don't know if that's gonna be the case. Now, another problem is... This is something that might be hard to think of, but it is a common thing in endurances. Will lap cars become a problem at some point? Because we are definitely lapping the slow cars, eventually. But will they be a pain in the ass? I mean, a game like this, we don't have the blue flag. Blue flag means allow yourself to be overtaken. Usually used when you are lapped. But that's not a thing in this game, you know? There is no blue flag. These guys are not... They don't need to let you pass if they are not feeling like it. That could be a problem. So another thing I've been thinking is that I could stop, like I could pit stop 1 lap earlier, at least in one of these. Because that will mean that the final pit stop will be in lap 35 and I can keep going there until the end. So at least in one of these, if I feel like the tires are too dead, I could pit stop 1 lap earlier. But we will see how that goes. Well, I mean, so far... But you usually notice it more when the corners are more rough. But so far that red tire is not very noticeable at all. Like that red tire is like if it wasn't there, but it's something that when these things go red, it is noticeable at some point. Like it's not like you can keep going with red forever. Like you will get forced to stop, whether you like it or not. Right, we're pitting in. And so far, this is a good race, going well. Yeah, no problem. So the mileage of this car after we're done with this race is gonna be so insanely high. Really will. Right? I almost got scared that the other guy didn't pit in, but it just felt like he was going very fast on the pit lane, right? Wasn't he going faster on the pit lane? That's a little bit dangerous, don't you think? But what about the people that are there? Just have no regard for their life? That's messed up. Why are you like this? I never did I did a lot of endurance events before, especially in Gran Turismo, of course. But I never did an endurance event where I'm not the fastest car. Like, I always had to make sure that I was the fastest car, and that the only difficulty of the endurance is simply enduring, right? But here it's actually quite an interesting twist. The fact that you are not the fastest car and you're fully relying on pit stops to win. That's crazy. Great song, didn't know it was on this game at all. Yeah, I really don't know what songs are on this game and which aren't, but... Is it repeating every time, or is it cycling through them? Because I know that in Gran Turismo 2 it was a real problem, that songs were just repeating. Since I'm not really paying attention to the song, I don't know. Is it repeating? That's I can't believe that even after another generation of consoles they didn't figure that out. Maybe that is the case. I mean, this sounds quite metal, so I would assume that it is the same one, right? Well, I'm glad you like this song because... Oh, they are different? Will eventually repeat after it gets through the track list? Okay. I'm surprised that I still haven't heard the Snoop Dogg song though. Or maybe I did and I ignored it. It was Green Spoon champion before. Well, in that case, that's nice that they figure out that playing the same song over and over again during an endurance was not a good idea. Hey, props to them for figuring it out. But yeah, I was gonna say that in case it repeated it, in that case, I'm glad that you like it, because you're gonna be hearing it until the end of the race. No, it's fine, we're gonna have some variety then. Seeing the time delta entering the single digits is very scary. Like, I know he's gonna pit in on this lap, but it still feels so damn scary, dude. Like, the fact that you're in such a long race and you could still theoretically lose at any time is very, very scary. It's fine. Don't you worry about it. But I like Nash comment, like basically listening to metal while driving at like 70 miles per hour is pretty funny. It's like, like you're just taking a Sunday stroll with your grandpa, hearing this sort of music. Well, I mean, your grandpa could like metal, okay? Yeah. I still can't believe that we are technically in the tutorial of the game. Yeah, depends on the grandpa. I mean, after all, many people nowadays are becoming grandparents, you know, and when they were young they would have liked metal. I mean, we're in the year 2025, so I think metal started appearing mostly like in the 80s, 90s, right? And mostly popularized. So let's assume that someone was like a teenager or someone in college, right? That listened to metal in the 80s. 40 years later, he will be like 50, 60. So he could be a grandparent easily. I mean, he also could not be a grandparent, but like age-wise, it's possible. So can you do endurance races from the start of the game? You need a license though. This particular one requires International A. Aside from that, you can technically enter any of them, but you are not gonna win a single one, except for this one. And that's because this endurance is exclusive for Miata, and the Miatas are cars that, I mean, this one that I'm using right now, I got it as a reward for one of the beginner cups, so this one you can win and you're gonna get 100 credits. But sorry, not 100, that would be pretty fucked up. No, you're gonna get 100,000 credits. So with 100,000 credits you can at least buy cars that are good. You cannot buy the super good ones, but I'm just so used to Gran Turismo 4 where it's locked behind 25%. I mean, the problem is that this game's progression absolutely sucks. Essentially, the beginner league are not beginner at all. Like, it actually requires you to not only have relatively decent cars, but also be decent driving yourself as well. And on top of that, half of the events you cannot enter them because they require a specific car, which wouldn't be a problem if the rewards, like the monetary rewards, were not so shit. So essentially, the reason why I'm doing an endurance this early in the game is because it's the only way to not farm to get money. You know, like that's the crazy thing. Unless I farm the races I already beat over and over again to get money to buy a better car, the only other way to do it is this, doing this specific endurance. It's absolutely crazy and it shouldn't be like that. This game progression seems to indeed be a problem. But yeah, it is what it is. At least if we can get out of this poverty hole that we are in right now, we should be able to get relatively far. But I don't know how far, that's the thing, because yeah, I can purchase one good car. And then, I mean, yes, I can do like better cups, and that allows me to get more money and better cars as rewards, sure. But at some point, I'm pretty sure this is gonna happen again. Obviously, there are more endurances that with better cars you can do those, but are those cars gonna be enough? That's the question. I played a bit of this and farming was the main reason why I stopped, yeah. Essentially, if you don't want to farm for now, this is the only thing you can do. Like going straight into an endurance. The reward cards and difficulty were too much in the early game, yeah. It's a shame because all the Gran Turismos that I play, which are 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6, I don't remember them having this issue. Like, I don't remember any of them having, like, difficult progression. Like, the progression was very natural. But no, in this game, they go balls in with the progression being as painful as possible, you know? But yeah, that is quite crazy indeed. But hey, as long as this works, we should be able to at least get very good progress. Well, and another good thing is that, differently from what Kyle thought, you don't really need racing tires for this. You can rock stock tires and you're gonna be more than fine. So that's cool to know too. What I don't know is how this would have been with TCS and ASM enabled. Yes, I have them completely disabled here, and for a car like this that is very slow, it's something that just makes sense to do. But I wonder if it would have made a big difference if I had them enabled. I have no clue. Maybe it would have, maybe it wouldn't have. Who knows? I don't know. And I'm not gonna find out either. Because after this one, I don't want to see a Miata again in my life. I mean, there are probably some other events that will require a Miata. In any other event that I can avoid it, I'm gonna avoid using a Miata for sure. No doubt about it. Alright, so next pit stop is at 24. Gotta remember that. So far it doesn't seem like there will be lap cars at all, but they should stop in this lap, right? If they do every 10 laps, they should pit in. So they are not pitting in. They don't give any fucks. Oh, it's because they are still in lap 19. That's why. I'm the one in lap 20. Almost certainly, I think you could find out by doing 6 laps with them enabled and find out how long it would have taken you. I mean, I tried like 1 or 2 laps, and back then I wasn't really thinking that the car on top being the fastest one was not a problem, so I didn't really pay that much attention, but it probably would have made a difference, a negative difference. It's a possibility. If we want to keep the tire health here, drifting like that is a bad idea, you know. It usually is a bad idea. Well, we are officially halfway through the race. Yeah, just now we are officially halfway through the race. And as expected, this race will take an hour. A little bit more though. It's gonna take an hour and 12 minutes, right? An hour and 12 minutes. It's okay. It's not an insane amount of time, all things considered. Wait, these guys are still not stopping? I mean, I obviously don't care about them because they are extremely slow anyways, but damn. It really seems they are really rolling on obsidian. Though it's not all of them, it's only one of them. But he's still not stopping, you know? Unless I wasn't paying attention, it could be. I mean, right now I'm not really paying attention to the messages that say that this car is pitting in. I simply don't care because I know that this is the winning strategy, so I have no reason to check when someone pits in, you know? It's hard to tell. But all I know is that the guy behind me should pit in right now. Oh, and that was a PB, by the way. Best lap so far. I mean, ironically, the fastest lap. The game doesn't track this, but if the game tracked who had the fastest lap, it will be the guy behind me, clearly. Just that him pitting in twice as much as I do obviously make that irrelevant. There is another one pitting in too. Wonder if that's the red car. It might be. Yeah. I'm still thinking of what car to get though. Something that I don't know why I'm so obsessed with that Lotus. It's like I really want to get that Lotus. It's just that I'm not sure which one. Like I gotta check the championships, well the cups again to see if I could get the one that what was I about to say? If I can get the one I'm thinking of, because when you purchase a car, you really have to think on if it's gonna be useful for exclusive events. Jeremy Clarkson once said about Lotus, lots of trouble, usually serious, but it might be good. Jeremy Clarkson is not a fan of Lotus. It's okay. Well, that's interesting because he's actually British, and apparently Lotus is a British brand, so I guess if he doesn't like it, it means something. You gotta understand that in the Gran Turismo series, usually the cars that are good doesn't necessarily mean that they are apparently not what? Lotus being British? Well, according to this game, Lotus is British. So I don't know about that. Are you saying that the Gran Turismo is lying? I mean, it could be lying. That's always possible. It's the one car I wanna get. But let's not forget that theoretically we should also get a reward. It's just that in an endurance that it's exclusively about Miata, it's very possible that the reward is a fucking Miata, of course. I hope not, obviously, because it will be like the fourth one I have. Like, if the Miata is the reward, I wouldn't be surprised. Lotus is British. I'm saying to that Jeremy Clarkson not being a fan of Lotus. Oh, okay. Yeah, it can happen. It can certainly happen. Yeah, there are other British brands in the game. Just that it seems like the cars on that one are the ones I should go for. You know? Kinda feels like that. What do you drive? Well, this car is a Mazda Miata. Or do you mean in real life? In real life I don't drive. If you mean in the game, this one is a Miata like the rest. The Mazda MX-5. No, in real life I don't have a car. I don't even have a driving license in the first place. So. The answer is nothing. That's what I drive. But I also don't really have any reason to drive anything, so... Not to mention that owning a car is extremely expensive, so... Is public transport there good? No. No, it isn't, but... I mean... Usually anything that you need to buy is at, you know... It's at a good enough distance to just simply walk. There are some times where you might need to go into like a neighborhood that is like, I don't know, 50 streets away. Well, probably not that much, a little bit less than that. But you can take the public transport there. And no, it's not good at all, but it's not something that you have to do often. So, yeah. There's basically no reason. In Australia, it's expensive to own cars, but you practically need to have a car unless you live in a major city. Yeah, no, here in the city that I live, I mean, it's not a city that you have a lot of stuff, but if you want food and just common stuff, like, you know, the things that you need from day to day. Like, you can just go to the grocery store that is not that far. You can go by walking. And if you, for example, well, the best example I can give, the monitor that I have right now is one that I purchased not that long ago. But this city doesn't have any technological, like, advances shit. Like, if you want to buy something like this, you have to buy it online. So this one, I purchased it online, and they brought it to the door of the building that I live. So if you need something specific, you can always purchase it online and get it here. And if you need day-to-day stuff, you can just walk. So yeah, thankfully there is no need for cars here. I mean, keep in mind that the place where I live, and I mean the country in general, usually most people live in buildings. They don't live in houses, you know? Usually if you live in a house here, you are more or less considered, well, not rich, but you cannot be considered low class if you own a house. Like, owning a house here is an extreme luxury. Like, the most that you usually own is an apartment, and usually not even that. I mean, the one right now, the one that I'm in right now, I'm renting it. So yeah, it's one of those things that we are not wealthy enough to live in houses for the most part. And usually there are also people that might not be very wealthy that live in houses, but the places are absolutely horrendous. Not in terms of the way they look, but rather how unsafe they are, you know? Similar to that here, but going to work requires a car. Houses here are still a thing. We can definitely be lower middle class. Well, here, usually, here is the thing. We have a capital city. Usually, most shops are there. Like, if you want a shop, it's usually there. But there are a lot of people living in the city outskirts, right? Which is basically right outside the city, which are usually very bad places to live. Like, there is a lot of like stilts and all that shit, right? And if you live there, usually you have to use transportation to go to work. And most people use public transportation. Problem is that a lot of people use like multiple commute methods at once. Like, some people might have 2 hours of travel between their house and work. Like, sometimes they take the train, and after taking the train they take the bus to get to the place they work. Usually it tends to be that they take a bus to get to the train, and then after the train they take a bus to get to work. And then obviously at the end of the day, when they are done working, they do the same thing but in reverse. A lot of these people not only waste a lot of money, but also a lot of time in transportation every day. Some of them probably are considering getting a car, but it's not an option for most people. So they use public transportation, and yes, it sucks. it's not good. Like, public transportation is very bad, but they have no other choice. Thankfully, in my case, I work remotely from home. Before that, since I used to live in capital city, I only needed to take one bus to work until I had a problem in my lower back and I could no longer take the bus, so I had to go there by walking. But it wasn't that far. It was like, I don't know, 15 streets away. You could basically walk that in like 45 minutes or something. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was obviously a pain in the ass to do it every single day, which is also the reason why I'm grateful that it's been a long time since I done that, and now I choose work remotely. But yeah, it's one of those things that, I mean, talking about this stuff makes me more grateful of what I have, honestly. Like, sometimes it's hard to forget that, right? Like, a lot of times you might be overwhelmed by work or have some other issues aside from that, and you are like, damn, my life sucks or whatever. But when I think about it, and when I talk about it like this, I am very lucky in that regard. I mean, being able to work remotely is something that is extremely lucky no matter what. So hopefully it stays that way. We will see. My advice is, anytime that it's possible, going for remote work. Because wasting time to commute to work sucks. And yes, sometimes you cannot avoid it, but if you can avoid it, you should. If the opportunity is there, you should take it. Going to work sucks. Sometimes there are some things that kind of strike you, and you are like, damn, that sucks. But when you look at the overall picture doesn't suck. It's good to think of the positives. I mean, I have an example. Today, the company that does the electricity, like the power, right? Like, I've been paying everything in time, and today I go to the web page and realize that they label me as a debtor, and I'm like, what? Obviously it's an error, I'm not a debtor, but it's that sort of thing that you are like, dude, every time I make sure that I pay everything in time, that I do everything to be, you know, to fulfill my obligations, and these fucking assholes are saying that I'm a debtor, you know? And that sort of stuff is a little bit demoralizing. Because yes, it's not your fault, and yes, it's something that they will probably fix. But just the fact that it happens, and the fact that you have to waste time telling them, hey, you have me as a debtor, you should remove that. Like, that is very annoying. Basically, dealing with someone else's mistakes sucks, and especially in something that you are always so punctual, like with your payments and all of that, and they suddenly are like, no, you're a debtor, bro. Like, fuck you, dude. Debtor my ass. But those small things, obviously the initial shock can be like quite a hit. Like, you're, you know, minding your own business, and suddenly you see that and you're like, what the fuck, right? Like that initial shock can hurt a little bit, but like when you let it rest, it ain't that bad. It's like, yeah, alright, it's gonna get solved. It's just a matter of time. Well, it could be bad though if they really seriously think you're a debtor and they cut off the power. That will be very bad. Like if tomorrow, or even like right now, like at any moment the power goes off simply because they think I'm a debtor. That will be bad. But even something like that is something that shouldn't take long to be fixed, because it's an administrative issue, it's not a physical issue. Like it's someone fucked up, like loading payments or whatever, and they think that I'm a debtor. When you get a new car and someone dings on the door on day one. Well, I cannot relate, but basically anytime that you buy something new and someone ruins it, whether it is scratching or dirty in it, it's very annoying. Are you pitting in on lap 35? I mean, I don't really need to. I could. It's just that I don't know if to keep the. I don't know if it could give me any benefit to bid on 35. I mean, I'm mostly thinking of the cars. Like, I wouldn't want to run into any car. I don't know if pitting in earlier will be good for that or not. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, so far the two cars in front of me are not pitting. So I guess it will depend on them. Oh, we got the dog. Okay. We got Snoopy in here. Nice. You know what would be pretty cool? If the final song was Are You Gonna Go My Way? That would be a very cinematic ending. Very, very cool. It could be, since I don't think I heard that song in the whole endurance, so it's a possibility. Oh, I just realized I got a PB on the previous lap. That's pretty good. Wasn't paying attention. If you pit a lap early, you should save a few seconds overall. Yeah. From a theoretical standpoint, yes. Because the last lap before the pitting in, if I went on lap 36, it will be longer. So yes, it will save me actually a few seconds. Not many, but... Oh, that drift is bad. Okay, maybe we might need to... I mean, a drift like that is not enough to completely waste the tires, but... You gotta be careful with that stuff. And Snoop talking about PlayStation 2. And he made this track exclusively for this game, huh? It was what I was saying yesterday. Snoop Dogg really likes, it seems, doing tracks for racing games. Or maybe it's just that the producers were obsessed with Snoop Dogg. It could be a bit of both. Well, so here is the thing. These cars are starting to show up now. So the question is, what do we do with them? Because if they don't pit in until lap 35, then pitting in on 35 will be the best strategy to not run into them. But I don't know if they are gonna pit in or not, or more importantly, I don't know if I'm gonna overtake him before pitting. We will see. How are you doing, fellow Miatas? Are you doing well? It's been a while since I saw you, you know? Oh, they are actually pitting in right now. Well, if they are pitting in right now, it shouldn't really make a difference, right? At least they didn't force me into the pit like last time. Then that was embarrassing. It really was. Pitting in now, theoretically, shouldn't change anything in terms of running into other cars, because at most what could happen is that these guys are gonna reach me, but that's something that could also happen if I pit in lap 36, so yeah, theoretically the best time to pit in is right now, correct. Well, in that case, let's do that. Not to mention that, I mean, maybe it's just my imagination. It probably is my imagination, but the right tire looks more red than usual at this lap. It's probably just my imagination, but yeah, I guess ironically stretching it to lap 36 is gonna be more risky than just doing it right now. We're just gonna do it right now. No reason not to. The important thing, though it's not really that important, but is that the two guys behind me don't overtake. But if they overtake, it's not like it's a big deal. It looks worse, you are correct. Oh, really? Okay, in that case, it is a good idea. Thanks for the heads up. Because I was just gonna go for 36, but yeah, you are right that there is no need to go for 36 when you can just do it here. Unless we get a green-white checker, yeah, that will be pretty funny. Can you imagine all of a sudden we realize that Gran Turismo 3 is the only game in the series that has green-white checker. To have green-white checker, it will have to have the concept of yellow flags that it doesn't. So, well, not only the concept of yellow flags, but the concept of safety car, and it doesn't have either. So, that's the thing. Sometimes, that's a rule in NASCAR. I don't think it's a rule in regular. Like in other categories. In NASCAR, if it's yellow flag on the final lap, the race gets extended until they make sure that they finish on a checker flag. Or rather, under a checker flag without a yellow flag. So you could potentially have a race that instead of 40 laps, it could easily be 50. But yeah, we are not driving NASCAR, so there shouldn't be a problem with that. No NASCAR in here. Well, what I can say though is that despite how it looked in the first attempt, this is pretty free. This was actually pretty free. I don't think this would have been possible with the other models. Like, I think that if you want to win this one, you have to use this model. And this model, I only have it because I won it as a reward, so if I haven't earned it as a reward, I'm pretty sure that this run will have already been over. But the fact that we have it here is a blessing, of course. Wait, the LS is pitting in now? Oh, I keep forgetting that all of these plebs behind me are one lap behind me. So that guy is not in lap 37, it's in lap 36. One thing is for sure, and we won't lap the black car. Well, in fact, we're not gonna lap anyone else unless they, well, they pit in like that. But even that guy, I don't think I'm lapping. The only guy I could lap is the one that is like right in front of me if he pits. That's the only one I could overtake. Which means that we only have 2 lap cars in this endurance. And I find it pretty cute that they are essentially the only 2 cars that were close to each other all the time. Because the other 2 cars are close now because one entered the pits, but pretty sure that those other 2 were always there. Maybe not, maybe I'm also wrong, but I mean, who cares? They are shover cars anyways. Man, it will be so sick if the final song of the race is "Are You Gonna Go My Way?" It's still possible. That will really be the cinematic ending we will need. Hey, we can do this, come on. Interestingly enough, seems that the final advantage is gonna be close to 50 or something like that, because keep in mind that the black car still needs to pit in one more time at lap 39, so seems that the overall advantage will most likely be 50 seconds, which is crazy to think of. Like when you first start this endurance, the fact that it's an endurance that on the first laps you see that car like constantly going further and further away from you with every checkpoint, and then you see this and you are like, wow, that's the same car? Yes, it is the same car. It's the power of doing optimal pitting. Yeah. Been quite a ride. Remember that the last endurance that I did on stream was in Ridge Racer 5. Ridge Racer 5 has a special race at the end that is an endurance of like, I don't know how many laps, probably like 100 laps or something. It takes like an hour and a half. So it takes even more than this one, interestingly enough. Unless I'm misremembering, of course. That's the last endurance that I remember doing, but it seems that with how money works in this game, we're gonna be doing a lot of endurances right here. Without a doubt. It's still crazy to look at the minimap and knowing that the second place is in the same lap as you are. And that theoretically, if you were to fuck up a lot, he could reach you. It's just that you will need to fuck up in every corner. Well, What will you think? We are going through the white flag. Final lap of this endurance. Coming right here. You know what? Because it's the final lap, I'm gonna do the chicane properly. Or at least try. I skip the chicane in every single one of these. So might as well do it right once, right? Now, the interesting question here will be, if instead of doing a pit stop every 6 laps, I did a pit stop every 5 laps, will that be enough to win? Because doing it every 6 laps really makes the front right tire take a lot of stress. So, will it have been possible? I don't know. But yeah, I can tell you something. I'm not gonna try. If you wanna see if it's possible, I invite you to do it yourself. No way. It's actually gonna end in Are You Gonna Go My Way? This is unbelievable. It's like this was absolutely scripted. Damn. That's magic. That's absolute magic. And 1 full minute of advantage over the second place. Yeah. That's crazy. Finishing with Are You Gonna Go My Way? 1 minute of advantage. Well, we did that for this 100,000 credits. Yeah, as you will expect, I'm not gonna watch the replay, guess, you know, why would I do that? A 1 and 12 minutes hour replay, so what did I get? Wait, this is a random reward? Are you shitting me? I could have gotten a Formula 1 car, and I got a fucking Miata. That's very evil. So wait a second, the random rewards in reality are not in every cup, they are only in some of them. And this was one of them. But what even is the Miata this time? Like, what flavor of Miata did you just give me? Is it... Wait, which Miata is this? I mean, I don't think I care, it's a Miata. I don't have it, but it's like, who cares, right? But look, we got that. So the question here is, they're basically saying, good job for winning this race using a Miata, now have another Miata? Yes. But then again, as I was mentioning before, it's not like that's a surprise. I was expecting that to be the case. Now the question is, what car do I buy? I was talking about the Lotus, but the thing about the Lotus, it has one problem. Or rather, the specific Lotus that I want to get has a problem. So, you have a professional league here that requires this specific Lotus, the Elise. And the problem with this car is that I don't think it's a bad one, but I don't think it's as good as the other one that I wanna get. So, I'm not really sure what to do. I mean, oh, actually, no. You know what? I know exactly what to do. I'm gonna save. That's what I'm gonna do. Because if we make a bad decision, we can save scam. And I don't give a shit about save scamming. I will do it if I need to. Like, this game does not deserve my honesty when it comes to the save, so... We are save scamming if we need to save scam. So, the thing about the Lotus is... The one you need for that specific tournament is this one. And for what I saw, this doesn't look like a bad one. It's just that it doesn't seem as good as the other one. Like, this Lotus is supposed to be very light. I mean, you can tell it's only 700 kilograms. That's very, very little for a car like this. So that's good. Then you look at this one, and even if it's heavier, has a lot more horsepower and a V8 engine. Both are MR drivetrains, so that's good. But it's like, I don't know which one to go for. Because this one will be useful for the simple fact that it's in an exclusive championship. But is this as good as the other one? Well, this other one I cannot afford it yet, but I could sell a car or something, you know. I could afford this one, but essentially this Lotus is the same as this one, but lighter, so it's better. So yeah, I'm not really sure which one to go for. Going for a Lotus might also be a problem, but I feel like it might be a good car in itself, which means that it should be a good car for, you know, other stuff. The one thing that is preventing me from going for it is the fact that that Elise Cup exists. Because I don't think there is any cup that specifically uses the one I want to buy. I don't think there is. Well, you have, for example, cups like this one that are about the Mitsubishi Evolution. So there are, what I'm trying to say is that there are a lot of races that will require specific cars. But my idea is, if you pick up a car, the idea is that the car that you pick at least is using an exclusive event. Unless there is an endurance event with that. I don't think, like, most endurance events are free entry. Like, they don't have any limitations other than, well, it's a fucking endurance, you know. Well, this one might have a limitation. Oh, actually it doesn't. So, the only one with a limitation is the Roadster. Is that so? It seems. The Elise is useful for other events too, the MR and the NI races, as it's NA. It might be the case. Yeah, MR, well, keep in mind that the other one is also MR. They were talking about the Esprit is also MR. This one, yeah, you are correct that it's NA, and yeah, that is good. It's just that I don't know, like, okay, you know what? Let's not waste any time and purchase it, and if it's not good enough for what I want it to be, we can go back. Like, we can save scum. So the question is what color? I like this last one here. Like, this one looks very good. I don't know, like this car just looks good to me, so I feel like any color looks good on it. I mean, even the default one looks very good too. I'm not sure, really. It's a hard decision. Even harder decision than the other one. Though with this one, it looks very elegant. Mostly because of the Lotus Sport thingy. Like, it goes very well with this. At the same time, I could get the green one, because I mean, Lotus is supposed to be about green stuff, right? You also have the racing chip, exhaust, etc. to add a bit of power. Yeah, though I think that you can use a turbocharger on the Spirit as well. But it just looks very good on the default color. So as much as I want to be like a special, this color looks very good, dude. Like, this color is just a special. Dark green is best. Yeah, it was good too. Like, I was between that one and this one. But yeah, this one just looks amazing. So, ironically, the first thing I wanna try, which is gonna be pretty funny if it doesn't work, is this one. So, I remember participating in this one with the upgraded Sylvia and getting absolutely shit on. So I want to see if I also get shit on with this one, and it might be the case, but it's what I want to see. Will I get shit on? These are all sport cars, the ones I'm racing against, by the way. So is the shitting gonna happen? We will see. It's impossible to know until you do it. But keep in mind that this doesn't have a turbo, so it is possible that it might not be enough to compete with these cars that do have a turbo. Now, considering that this is a car with very low weight, another possibility is that it's extremely good on corners. But yeah, it's certainly not gonna be better on corners if I do that. But yeah, it's in terms of power, it's certainly not better than this one. Because I feel like this tournament is the perfect definition if your car is ready or not. Also keep in mind here that ASM and TCS are enabled. Like, those things are enabled by default, so it seems that every time that you want to disable them, you have to do it manually, right? I don't think there is an overall menu where you can choose disable that, unfortunately. I think that here, I don't think the traction control is an issue. Here it's the lack of power. It's simply not fast enough. But yeah, this is not gonna go anywhere. Not to mention that this is the easiest track of the tournament, you know. Yes, retire from championship. It's okay, as I say before, we can save scum. That's not a problem. Why did I want to check? Oh yeah, the upgrades. Because yeah, you could use upgrades on this thing, but what upgrades are even available? Well, the usual engine. Oh, actually, you cannot do tune-up. Well, I mean, yeah, you can do this tune-up, but the other ones are not there. And I don't think you can use turbo. Oh, actually you can. Just that if you use turbo, you are turning it into turbo. And how much will it be? Doesn't seem like a very big increase though. So we could try the other one, I guess. Yeah, let me save scum real quick. So if we wanna save scum, we gotta load. Look, in a game like this, I don't feel guilty whatsoever. I don't give a shit about saves coming in a game like this. There is a problem though. If I want to buy the other Lotus, it's more expensive, so I need to sell something. How much? 113. Well, 113, I don't think I can sell a single one to reach that. I will need to sell two, which I don't mind, especially considering the Miata. I mean, this Miata should be removed from existence, but the thing with those cars is that I never know when they might or might not be useful. That's the issue. Well, the Hachiroku could also go suck a cock, honestly. Like, this thing is not gonna be useful. Yeah, see ya later. But we need another one. I mean, it has to be a Miata, dude. I have 3 Miata. The one with the least mileage will probably be a good idea. It's just that... Hold up. That's what I wanna check. If you go to the store, to the Mazda store, that one... Like, does that car have anything exclusive about it? Like, it's a car that you cannot get any other way, or it's a car that is a piece of shit. Wait, where is Mazda here? Yeah, guilty. How is it going, Yannick? Hold up. Which Miata is it? This one, right? I think. Was it this one, 1.8 RS? I think. Hold up, let me check. Yes. Well, here's the thing. That sparkle green metallic is supposed to be the exclusive thing about it. Like if you go to the dealer, you don't have that option. So that's supposed to be what's exclusive about that shit. I mean, whether you care about that or not is a different story, but let's just say that it's a car that is exclusive. Even if the color is like who gives a shit, there is some exclusivity to it. While the other one that I have has absolutely nothing exclusive. Or it might be an exclusive color too. I'm actually not sure. Because the other one was green. And I think that overall green is just simply not a color for this Miata. Right? For some reason. Like they don't make it in green. So the other one is exclusive. The thing is that the other one is exclusive of a very easy... Yeah, the sparkle green. Apparently sparkle green is supposed to be super important here. Look, dude, I don't give a shit. You're out of here. I don't care how exclusive you are, you can show that exclusivity up your ass. So then let's get the Lotus and see how it goes. I mean, I will repeat myself. Save scam is always on the menu. So if things get badly, we can just do like Yoshikage Kira. We can run back the time, the clock. So is this thing gonna be enough for this? I will be very sad if even this is not enough. Because if this is not enough, I guess the only option you have is buying one of these cars and customize it with like a lot of speed and shit. But we would see what the spirit is about. Well, it's firing differently with against the twin turbo, but it doesn't seem to be particularly faster than the ones in front yet. We will see. Okay, maybe it is faster. But is this a good enough idea? Is it? I wonder. Because you know that the thing about this is that other cars could also be winning this. It's not like this is the only one that can win it. Other ones could win it too. Is this the best YouTube emote? Oh, it's a cat in a box. It's a cool emote, yeah. Oh, I have this asshole right next to me, by the way. Yeah, I don't know. Is this a good idea? I still have my doubts if this is a good idea. I look at this NSX. This fucking asshole is pulling all stops. Like maybe it might not be enough after all. But not, especially not if we do that. Damn, that's crazy. That is pretty crazy. So yeah, right now it really has me wondering what's the best option. But I guess it's as we said before, it's about buying one of these cars and like getting the last stage turbo or something like that, I guess. Otherwise I cannot imagine what else might be needed. that we're trying our best, but our best doesn't seem like it's enough. Yeah. And the worst part about these cars is that even if you invest in them, for what I understand, they still cannot be good enough against like actual racing cars, because these are all sport cars, but the actual final races all have racing cars. And you might be asking, well, why don't you buy a racing car? Well, it's because the cheapest one is like 300,000 or something like that. Well, actually, I don't think it's that expensive, but it's certainly quite expensive. That's the issue. 3 wide. I mean, a track like this, it will be a relatively common thing. It seems that the rabbit to beat here is the NSX. The NSX is highly problematic. I mean, I can't believe that I could have like unlocked a Formula 1 car in that endurance. That's absolutely crazy. Now I can still overtake this guy, but what scares me is that this is still the easiest race in the turning. And being the easiest race in the turning, and me still struggling to get first place, is a very bad signal, you know? It is indeed a very bad signal. Well, in fact, this car is always so close to me that if you look at the minimap, most of the times you cannot even see him in the minimap, because he overlaps with my own dot. That's absolutely crazy. He's right there. As long as you're first place. Well, I mean, as long as I'm first place, that's something that applies to this track. But I have my doubts if that's gonna apply to the following tracks in the championship. That's the part that I think it might not be enough. We will see how it goes. Okay. At least this first one we win. Just like that. Hey, our car lacks a little bit of horsepower to compete against these assholes. Oh, sorry, my bad. I was looking at you. Or F1 is cheating. Well, this game deserves to be cheated on. You know? Oh, and this is one of those games where the first place gets like a very good amount of money. Like in Gran Turismo 2, I remember that between first and second place there were only 2 points, but here they go for 4. In real life competitions that tends to be the case. Usually first place gets awarded. Oh, this is bad. Wait, this is the kind of track that we are not winning. What we need here is pure speed. That ain't happening. Well, we cannot beat the NSX in pure speed unless he needs to brake. But I don't think you need to brake at this speed. I don't think braking will be needed. It also depends on how he takes these corners, I guess. Don't you have speed? Well, it's struggling a little. I mean, it's struggling against these cars. Though we actually cannot do this in full speed, so that means that we have a chance to win, actually. Well, that's very good. I got to know. I indeed got to know. Damn, actually we're doing a lot better on this one than I was expecting. Little NSX doesn't have that much competition left in him here, huh? You know that I listened to the other openings of this game, and I find it crazy that people prefer the other openings to this one. Like, how can you not like this song? I mean, obviously preferring another song doesn't mean you don't like this one, but I feel like this song is so good. You know? How could you not prefer it? So I try listening to the other ones, but they seem very out of place. Well, they are out of place because they are not timed to the intro, but even forgetting about the wow. Oh wait, never mind, sorry, I'm stupid. I was like, that was the same lap time as before, but no, it's because it's the best lap time. My bad, sorry. No, I was about to say, even forgetting all the intro synchronization with the camera angles, I still feel like this song is way better than the other ones. At least for Gran Turismo. I mean, if this was instead a Project Diva game, well, yeah, it wouldn't be pretty fitting. You know? Hey, we are not playing Project Diva right now. And though, actually, speaking of Project Diva, dude, I really like Project Diva. I feel like I'm gonna end up shelling $60 fucking for the Sonic game, simply because it has Miku in it. That's how mind broken I am with Miku. The Diva stand. Yeah, as you will say vulgarly, she has me by the balls. And by the wallet too. It's just the way it is. Truly a simp. Yeah, but no, that's what I say. It's not simp, it's sip. Because she's not mediocre, she's premium, you know? I am idolizing premium. Oh yeah. I'm not afraid. Or ashamed. I'm proud. I'm a proud sip, you know? Alright. We got that shit. Nice. Well, look, I don't want to sing victory too early, but this is going very well so far. Since this is a championship, we don't need to win every race. Though obviously winning every race will give me a reward. Well, actually, I don't know how the rewards will work here, but I'm assuming that you will get a reward for winning the tournament and another one for getting gold on all of them. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, look at this track. I wonder where I saw this track before. Where did I see this track before? I wonder. Right? Where did we see it? I almost forgot, you know? It's fine, don't worry. That endurance is done. We are fine. This car, honestly, I don't know if it's the greatest idea. Like, maybe later I will regret it, but I think that if I win gold in every race in this tournament, I'm saving. Like, it might be a very bad idea. Like, maybe a Gran Turismo 3 veteran in the future might be looking at this and might be like, no, don't do that. All that money throw to the trash when you could have just bought a Corvette. Because that's an advice that I heard. Buying the Chevrolet Corvette is a good investment. But for what I understand, these are cars that need upgrades to be good. While with this one, it's good on stock, and it could even be better with upgrades. So that's the thing. Like, I think that this is the move. The only problem, as I say, is that this car doesn't really have any exclusive tournament like other cars do. So in that regard, you could say it's a waste. But as long as it's a good car, I think I'm fine. Not to mention some of the exclusive cars, I will assume that you can get them as rewards. Like, for example, one of the exclusive events is with the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. I will assume that that car will be a reward of one of these events. But like, for example, this event. I mean, after all, one of the rivals in this particular championship is an Evolution, so it's not like you need to buy all of them. It's just that it's, as I say before, if you're gonna purchase a car, the best idea is that it will at least be able to unlock to participate in an exclusive cup. But I don't care. Honestly, I like this car. I like the way it looks, I like the way it handles. And it's winning me this tournament that not even the other Lotus car could win. And well, none of my previous cars even had the slight chance to win. So maybe I could have picked a better option, yes, maybe. But this is the option I will stay with. And if we regret it, it's okay, we're gonna regret it later. For now, let me enjoy the moment, you know, as it should be. This car is truly fantastic. It really is. To be able to compete with these probably super highly tuned cars in stock settings, well, might as well with how expensive it is. The other option, as you saw, will be buying an NSX, but see, here's the thing. In case it wasn't obvious before, as you saw in the Endurance with the Miata, the car that was faster than me was the exact same model I was using, in a competition that you were not allowed to use tuning. So I don't think the speed of these cars matters at all. Like, I think that the speed of these cars is, if a car is supposed to be fast in a specific race, it will be fast. And that is completely independent of its model. So this MSX is fast. Yeah, this one. You know? This one is fast because it's meant to be fast. But if you buy an NSX, or that specific NSX, it does not mean it will be fast. So that's the important thing to keep in mind. Alright, who's next? Or rather, what's next? Guess who we know? It's the same guys, obviously. This is a special route. Which one? Oh, it's 11. This is a very hard track. like this is not an easy track at all. This might be a problem. It's alright. Probably one of the most complex tracks in the game. Well, it was the most complex track in the first Gran Turismo. So this could go very, very badly. But it's too early to cry, so let's just see how it goes. Get out of the way, Mitsubishi. Though I saw that this game, like that's an interesting thing that is kind of a spoiler for checking the endurance events beforehand, I guess. But this game actually has Le Mans. Like the Circuit de la Sarthe is basically the Le Mans track, which is quite crazy, because that in itself can be a very complex track as well. Well, it could be, no, it is a complex track. Okay, I'm not so sure here if we can beat the NSZs in this track. On the right side, we don't need to. I mean, we essentially have a guaranteed victory in the championship as long as we get second on these 2 remaining races. Ideally you will want to win, of course, but in the worst case scenario we can still win the championship, and well, maybe these races we could redo them eventually. What I will need right now is to overtake this asshole, which wouldn't be happening. And I'm not sure if it can happen. By the way, that's also a very long final straight. That was a very bad corner. It's not like the AI does these corners perfectly after all. That's something interesting about the AI of this game, is that they are not really perfect at all. They can make mistakes. Just that for them to make a mistake that you can fully utilize might or might not happen. It probably won't. At least not the AI that you need to make a mistake. See, this car, that's the second time it makes that mistake. Well, on the right side here I'm in first place, but the problem is obviously that we need to block. I already failed to block that. But another problem of being first place is that the AI cars can very easily make you spin. Well, spin. They can essentially murder you if they really want to. Hello, little guy. Well, we could use this camera a la Ridge Racer. The difference is that Ridge Racer has automatic corners, so you don't really need to worry too much when a corner is approaching, but in a game like this I'm afraid that you do need to worry. So this is bad if this was the final lap. It isn't, but if this was the final lap we will lose, and in a very sad way as well. It's fine. Hey, where are you going, bro? Damn, this guy is driving like I will be driving. What the hell? This guy is driving as brain dead as I will be driving. Why I'm not driving that brain dead? I don't know. Guess I just wanna keep it safe. 'Cause I mean, with a car like this, if you drive normally, you can definitely win. Like, you don't need to do stupid shit with this car. I mean, in this particular championship, that is. Maybe in some other ones we will need to crank up the stupidity a little bit, but not for this particular one. Did I do that too slow? I feel like I did that too slow. Well, maybe no. The real problem is the final chicane. Because I think that's the one that this guy does super fast, and I cannot do that fast. Like, he does it extremely fast. Right? Keep in mind that aside from having stock settings, I also have stock tires. So I think that it's pretty impressive that this car is taking the corner so well despite having the stock tires. Alright, so now we have to block. Nah, it's fine, he won't reach. Team, we're doing spectacularly, dude. I already knew that I would probably like this car simply because of the way it looks, but it's doing so well right now. Oh, my bad, sorry. Yeah, keep in mind, be careful when you try to skip pressing start, that what you're gonna end up doing is bringing the post menu, and if you put it sitting that post menu, you forfeit the race. Which is different than putting exit on the replay menu, where you need to put it. Honestly, the interface of this game kinda sucks, unfortunately. Okay, wait, this is the Tokyo track, but in reverse. Okay, gotcha. Well, unfortunately, the Tokyo track was the one that was the hardest one to win. I don't know if the reverse version will make it easier or harder, but the first one, all things considered, well, I guess the previous one also wasn't that easy to win, but the Tokyo track at the beginning was not particularly easy at all. Maybe now that I have more practice with the car, it will be easier, but I cannot drop my guard. Where are you going, Mr. NSX? Man, they really make the AI drive like the average player. Like, they don't even try to hide it. They don't even try to hide that there is absolutely no damage and that you can just play like a pinball and there's not gonna be any consequence for you. That's crazy. Seems like it will be hard to overtake this little guy here. But not impossible. Especially not in the last corner. In this chicane it might be hard though. Oh, actually... Huh! Nice! See, we can both drive like morons. You're gonna drive like a moron? I can do that too. Alright. If we can keep the lead, this was I wouldn't say a crushing victory, because yeah, even though we won every race, it wasn't free, but this was very good. I think that this was the right decision, but we will see. And I mean, all the money that I made from this cup is the money that... like, part of the money that I spent on this car, and this car is something that I can use for even more championships. Not all of them, obviously. The ones that use actual racing cars, I'm pretty sure that this one simply cannot compete, much less the ones that use rally cars. But against anything that is a sport, I think this thing is just very good. Like, this thing can definitely do it. I need to block. Oh, we definitely need to block. What the hell? Why are you going so fast? Yeah, I don't know, it seems like that NSX gets a buff in this track. I mean, it makes sense considering that it's supposed to be Tokyo. Like, he's driving as a local. While with this car, I'm simply like a British boy, you know? Nice. Well, one more lap, and we got this in the bag. Just like that. I like the variety of songs without a doubt. And I mean, today with that endurance we had, I wouldn't be surprised if we went through the whole track list alone in that endurance. Alright. So yeah, for some reason in this straight, this car just goes ballistic, and not the one I'm using, but the NSX. And you might be like, well, it's because he's faster, he has like a higher top speed, but not really, because it doesn't become that messed up in the final straight. It's only on that specific straight. I don't know exactly why, but seems to be the case. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's okay. It's okay. He's behind me, but that was a very bad hit on the chicane. But that still should be good enough. Yeah, that is. All right, we win for free. Well, not for free, but nice. I have a feeling that this was indeed the right decision. Going for this car. Stock settings, not a single customization. I mean, that's probably because it's already fully customized as it is. But hey, was enough to win this race, well, this championship, I mean. Okay, there you have it. So what do I get for doing this? Do I at least get 2 rewards, or do I only get 1? So let's see. We're popping the champagne. 20,000 credits for winning. And a car. Oh, another gacha. That's fucked up. So which one do we get? The fucking wagon. The Subaru wagon. That's pretty nice of you. I'm just joking, it isn't. And you don't get any reward for like getting gold in all of them. You only get a reward for winning the championship. Well, that's a little bit messed up. Oh, this American championship might be a problem if those are the cars that we compete against. Like, are they really throwing these cars out already? You will expect from that from that Japanese champion. Well, actually, no, hold up. If you look at the Japanese cars in the background, we also didn't race against those, so they are just jump scaring you here. They are not gonna use this. At least I want to believe. And there is no restriction either, like just like the previous one, so. And this one also gives you less money. No, or maybe that's simply the money per race, and then the money per winning the championship is hidden. Well, look. As much as this might be a bad idea for like anyone that might be a Gran Turismo 3 veteran probably thinks that what I just did is the worst thing I could have done, you might be right. But this is the route I want to take. I want to use this Lotus Esprit, see how far I can go with it, but I'm pretty sure that simply by using this car, I should get enough money to either buy a rally car or a racing car. Or, well, you can also use a rally car as a racing car, but like to buy that tier of cars. So, that will be it for me for today. So, this game survives another day. So, thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream. So, have a good one and take care.